Yo, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video it's going to be something a little different. So if you don't know, I've been playing GTA for years. I got the game originally when I was 8 years old, back in 2013. And obviously now we're in 2024, entering 2025. And I still play GTA every now and then. Obviously go to my channel, I still upload some videos on it, glitches and ways to make money. I live stream it sometimes. But something I've been thinking to myself, and it was kind of a way to still play GTA and not be completely bored while playing it, because when you have like 100 million spare in GTA, there's really not much you can do with that once you have everything in the game. So I really wanted to see what it's like to start playing GTA 5 as a new player in 2024, and the best way for me to do that was just to create a completely new account and just go from there. So that's what this video is. It's going to be me trying to get to 10 million. I'm gonna set a goal of 10 mil, not overall as in assets and all. I want to have 10 mil in the bank. So obviously with GTA you have to spend money to make money, so probably overall I'm gonna be making overall like 20 mil. But this video might help the newer players, and because I've said I'm an OG, like I've got 10,000 hours on the game, I've been playing since 2013, doesn't mean I'm good at the game. I take big breaks, like month-long breaks, and also I'm human, I mess up and I crash and I die sometimes. So this is just going to be a video of me playing GTA, and I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys learn some things, and if you ever want to catch me live, because I've been streaming this, it'll be streamed on this channel, and if you ever want to play with me, my PSN will be down below, so you just have to add me and I'll add you back. But yeah, with that said, let's just straight into the video. So I will be doing this on PS5, so I will be getting the bonus 4 million, and I will be using that to my advantage. Now, I will say, if you are starting GTA 5 online for the first time, I reckon getting the executive business. I got the gun running, which I don't know why I did that, because I despised the bunker. Even when they released the bunker, I didn't like it. But the executive, if you make a decent bit of money, you can buy the cargo warehouse and the vehicle cargo warehouse, which are really good money-making opportunities. But for some unknown reason my brain wasn't working and I went with the gun running bunker, and like I said, I don't like the gun running bunker, so I literally barely use it through this playthrough. So that was it was not very smart, because if I went with the executive office, I probably would have been able to make money quicker if I would have brought the warehouse and other stuff. But yeah. Now I do just want to show you guys what vehicles I choose during this, because in my opinion these are the best vehicles you can choose, but again, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. If you think there's better vehicles I could have chosen, please comment them down below, I'd love to hear it. But I went with the Armored Kuruma and the Hakuchu Drag. Now, the Armored Kuruma, I shouldn't really need to explain why you get that. That is literally one of the best vehicles in the game for missions, heists, everything like that. It's been in the game forever nearly, and it is still one of the top 10 vehicles in my opinion. Hakuchu Drag because it's a free HSW vehicle, and what you will see later on in the video is you can get a free upgrade for the HSW vehicles, which saves you so much money. As you can see, after setting everything up, I do recommend buying all the guns you can as well, and you do have to buy one upgrade for your business, so I just brought the cheapest one. So we have 295k to start off with, and a Hakuchu Drag and an Armored Kuruma and some guns, which is pretty good. Now obviously you have to make a character. I didn't really care too much about what my character looked like, so I just threw a different hairstyle on him and called it a day. And we are going to be calling this guy Steve for however long this video goes on for. This is the new guy Steve, and he's going to be making 10 mil in this video. So with the new gen of GTA 5 online, there is a tutorial you have to go through. I skipped that because it's boring as hell, so we won't see any of that in this video. But when I was coming back from Sandy Shores into the city, I saw a G stash house, so I thought maybe I'd be able to get some decent money from doing that, so that's exactly what I did. Now, I wasn't too sure how much money I was going to make from that, but I was hoping for a decent bit. I want you to guess how much money I got from doing that. because if your guess was 500, then well, you're bang on. But yeah, 500 bucks, bro. That can't even buy you a BMX in GTA 5. Like, come on, that was depressing. I would say, oh, we can buy some snacks for some missions, but you can get snacks for free now in GTA, so that 500 bucks really can't be used for anything. I mean, hey, you gotta start somewhere. 500 bucks is 500 bucks. But all hope wasn't lost, because right next to where that G's stash house was, there was also a G's cache, which I did manage to find quite easily. And a few feet away from that was one of these airdrops from, I don't even know what DLC this came from, but yeah, it was another 25k, so we were making quick money. Again, not a lot of money, but for a level 5, it's decent money, a decent starter. I decided I might as well go to the casino, see what we can do there. And one big thing I forgot that is going to be an issue throughout this video is that the first time you do anything, the unskippable cutscenes that go on for, I mean, only a few minutes, but when you'll do it, right, it feels like hours. When you're trying to just play GTA and then you have to sit through a 10-hour cutscene, it's pain. Rockstar, please, let us skip the cutscenes. But yeah, once the cutscene was over, I grabbed some chips from the fucking lady at the chip desk. Watched the guy spin the wheel. He got some more chips. I'm getting pretty hungry right now. But yeah, then when I spun the wheel, I was hoping for the car maybe, get really lucky. Mystery, maybe a mystery vehicle. Instead I got something which I guess is kind of useful. It was kind of useful, but I would have preferred money or a vehicle. So I got RP, which leveled me up 5 times, which is not bad. It put me from level 6 to level 10. That maths doesn't add up, don't look into that. But yeah, basically this was an okay casino journey. I was gonna gamble all my money away, but I opted against it because that would have been pretty sad if I lost all my money in the casino on the first day. Anyway, we go somewhere else to make some money. Now this is where the Hackaju drag comes into play. Now obviously you can't use it in this, but if you don't know what this is how you unlock the HSW upgrades. And once you finish this time trial / race, I guess, you get, the first thing you get is free, which I actually didn't know that when I played through this. I played the HSW thing when it came out, but I must have just forgot because, you know, time has passed. But yeah, when I heard, yeah, you get that stuff for free, I knew I had to put on the Hackaju drag.
First upgrade is all on me.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna make you watch that whole race. I was sliding all over the road trying to drift around corners. But yeah, once I finished it, I called out the Hackaju drag. We went inside of the LS Customs, and we had to sit through another cutscene. Yay.
Boring.
And there it is, the free HSW upgrade. Now you do have to actually purchase the HSW brakes. Like, this was just the overall upgrade to be able to get them. You do have to still buy like the 60k brakes and the turbo and everything. And that cost me all of the money I had in the game at that point in time. So basically 300k just got sunk into the Hackaju drag. But it's worth it, because if you know anything about the HW vehicles and the drag bike itself, it's probably one of the best vehicles for the HW time trials, and the time trials pay out 250k each week. So this is overall a good investment in GTA 5 Online. Alright, so yeah, once we were done with that, I made my way over to the Liquor Ace, and this is where you can start the Fooligan missions. Now if you don't know what the Fooligan missions are, they're relatively easy, and they give you a decent bit of money for your first time round. You do also unlock the Acid Lab from completing all of them, which I'm not going to use in this playthrough, but the Acid Lab is one of the best money making methods for solo players in GTA 5 Online. So after sitting through that 10-year cutscene, we finally got through it, and then all we did was kill, and then steal the Fooligan van and make our way back to the city. And one thing I will mention is that the Fooligan missions pay terrible money, but the first time you do them, you do get a bonus 50k. One thing I completely forgot about in GTA5 Online, because I never really played it when it came out, was the Cluckin Bell farm raid. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing the missions of the Cluckin Bell farm raid and also the missions for the Fooligan missions around the same time, just switching between each. Oh, actually, what I know we will check out is this over here. There was also another thing I was going to do, but it's completely left my brain. Is this No! Did we trade? What the fuck just happened? Now this is where we come to the beginning of the Cluckin Bell farm raid, and I do recommend you do all these missions and the actual heist itself just by yourself. Like, there's no point in having other players with you. If most of the time, at least in my experience, they end up like holding you back. But I do also like running missions with randoms sometimes, so I do invite people, and if someone joins I run it with them. But if you don't want to fail or run into any issues, probably run it yourself, because in my experience missions are a lot easier running it on your own than with a group of random people.
Okay. Do I trust this guy to not crash? No. For fuck's sake! Oh, I knew I was. I always trust your gut. Never let the fucking level 20 drive.
Once upon a time, it was an FIB facility, then the LSPD for a while. Now it's disused.
Once we finished that mission, Dax did hit me up and we ended up going back over to the Fooligan missions to do the next one. Now if you're doing this, I don't know if you want to do all the Fooligan missions then do the farm raid. It's really up to you, but I was just mix and matching missions, just doing each one randomly. So there it is, the bonus 50k from doing the Fooligan mission for the first time. As you can see, we're nearing the 500k mark. Now, I do want to get to 2 million because my plan is to buy the agency to do the Dr. Dre contracts, because that's $1 mil each time and they're relatively easy to do. But obviously 2 mil is kind of a hard thing to get when you don't have many ways to make money. But I made my way back to the police station to start the second mission for the Cluckin Bell farm raid. Okay, so I do just want to mention real quick that this is where the armor Kuruma is going to come in to help a absolute crap ton. So this mission, the enemies have automatic weapons and stuff like that, so if you're a low level like me, I'm level 13 at the minute, you're not going to have any health, you're not going to have any guns to really do this mission. So the armor Kuruma is like the best vehicle you want, so if you can select it at the beginning of the game for yourself, I would do it, because it's just one of the best vehicles for like any missions like this. If not, you will have to do the first heist in the game to unlock it, but it is, again, one of the best vehicles I think that has ever been released into GTA5 Online, and it still holds itself at the top tier level even after near enough 10 years. But yeah, This you want the armor creamer for this mission because it just makes it 100 times easier. You can just drive around using a pistol to headshot all the enemies. Another thing I do want to mention real quick is once you've got the key and you've stolen the train, you may want to have your interaction menu open, because if you're like me and you're a low level, your health does get drained quite a bit, so you just want to try and keep it as high as possible, because if you die while driving the train, it's long, bro. It's like it makes the whole mission like 10 times longer, so just try and keep your health up eating snacks while going through this mission. Now I also do want to mention for this mission right here, for the what's it called, the Cluckin Bell farm raid, these are the wrong weapons you want to get. So you don't want to go for A, you do want to go for C if you have the armor Kuruma, because C is a bunch of like Merryweather guys with LMGs and that, and they're hard to kill, but you want to use the armor Kuruma. I didn't know this at the time. You will see that my first run through the Cluckin Bell farm raid, the weapons I have were not ideal, and that's because I stole them from this gang. So when you're doing the weapons, you don't want to steal A, go for C or B. Yeah, don't make the same mistake I did, because the weapons, they are awful.
We need something that can't be traced to us. I've acquired 3 suitable options for a getaway car. It leads back to them, not us. We'll only need to use one of them for the raid. The choice, as always, is yours.
So yeah, that's kind of example A of why I don't really do stuff with randoms that much. I mean, luckily it wasn't a heist or anything, so him killing himself and leaving really wasn't that big of a deal. Yes, it got rid of the lives that I would have had, so I had to guarantee I did not die during the mission, otherwise I would have had to restart. But it wasn't that big of a deal. But that's just what I mean, when you have randoms in your game, there's no telling if they're going to help you or if they're going to sheg you, if they're going to do everything they can to work against you. But yeah, without that guy, I didn't need him. I got the car, delivered it, and we're going to move on to the next setup. Now I'm just going to mention something about this mission in particular. You do not have to follow the vans. Now it does say follow the cartel vans and hack them. It's a little bit difficult because they start shooting at you. I recommend just as soon as you get to the vans, you just kill the driver, because you can still hack it once the driver's dead. Trying to hack it when he's alive shooting at you, especially when you have no health, it's long. So yeah, I recommend just killing the drivers, hacking the vans, make it much easier for yourself. Okay, so this part of the mission, I didn't really understand too much. So again, I know I've mentioned I'm an OG, I've got 10,000 hours on the game. The Cluckin Bell farm raid is relatively new, at least to me, and I've only done it twice. So I didn't really know, too much about it. You don't have to do this whole section stealthy, you can just go in guns blazing, kill everybody. The one thing you do want to remember, which I did not do, is to delete the security camera footage. I didn't delete the security camera footage, so it made the actual heist a lot harder, because they were expecting me to be, it wasn't like a stealthy attack, it was, they were ready to shoot me in the face. So when you do this, remember to delete the security camera footage. So once you've killed all the guards and searched the lockboxes for the key card, you just want to sabotage all the delivery trucks, and I will put a clip on screen of where the security camera is to turn off, because again I didn't know the first time I ran through this. So we went back to the Fooligan missions, and this one in particular I recommend you use the armor Kuruma, because you have to go up to Stab City and blow up a bunch of the bikers, trucks, vans and a bunch of other stuff. You can use other vehicles, you can also do it from a distance, but I recommend the armor Kuruma, because you also have to go to another place to go steal a bunch of like meth and everything, and again the armor Kuruma just comes in really helpful for these types of missions.
code words. It sounds like they're expecting a robbery. I suggest you elegantly fuck their shit up, regardless.
And yeah, this is the reason you want to delete the CCTV footage in that other setup, because if you don't, they're going to be ready for your attack and they're going to be more aggressive, and it's just going to be a little bit harder to do. Not too much harder, because the farm raid is made for low levels and people who don't really have much money in the game. So again, it's an easy way to make money. I do just recommend getting rid of the CCTV to just make it go smoother. Once you're done grabbing all the cocaine, you want to make your way to the office and make sure to be really careful, because guards do spawn behind you, in front of you, like next to you. Their spawns are a bit wonky when it comes to the Cluckin Bell farm raid, because it's all an indoor interior, and we all know GTA 5 does not excel in indoor combat, I'll tell you that. So always have a look at your minimap, make sure there's not enemies around corners and stuff like that. But once you make it to the office, you just want to hack the computer, you'll get the weird looking alien thing, and you want to also make sure you have snacks in your inventory. I should have mentioned this earlier, but always try and have max snacks on you at all time, because that's the only reason I get through these missions at the level I am. Like, I'm level 16 and my health gets rinsed every 5 seconds. It's just because of the snacks that I just slam down that I always have full health. But yeah, you want to locate the computers, which is relatively easy with the hacking device. You just want to look at it and look at the direction it goes blue, and you want to try and make the whole thing go blue. And there are a lot of computers around the place. All I usually do is just run up to the computers, pull one out, and see if it's the right one. So once you've hacked all 3 computers, you want to make your way back to the safe room, and you want to just pull out the device and look at it, and it will have the code on. If you want a better angle to be able to see the code, go in first person, because third person sometimes a little bit hard to see. You just want to put that code in, and then you want to make your way out of the Cluckin Bell facility.
Say it's about time for you to get out of there. There's a healthy mix of cops and cartel ready to gun you down on your way out. So be ready.
A few minutes later.
Oh, we made an extra 250k as well, because that was our first time completing that. Let's go. There's some kind of fucking pizza delivery bike delivering them pizzas.
So yeah, after we finished the Cluckin Bell farm raid, I went and had a little chat with Lester to talk about the Fleeca Job. Now this is where I would say you might want to have a friend with you if you're new to GTA doing this, but the Fleeca Job, the setups and the heist itself are relatively easy to do with a random player. The person who helped me with this was just a random level 20 that I met. He helped me through the setups, we did the heist together. It's relatively easy. The Fleeca Job is one of the easiest heists in the game, and it used to be quite a good way to make money, because if you're the host and you do it on hard mode, you make 150k each time. Not the greatest way to make money anymore, but still a decent way to make money. I'm only going to do it once, it was just to get that extra money so I could get to the 2 million that I need.
You guys, get back to the car! There's no way out! We have liftoff! Let's go!
And because it was our first time running it, we got an extra 100k, so that was an easy 250k just from doing that easy heist. So yeah, if you are new to GTA and you haven't done the Fleeca heist yet, I recommend doing it because it's a quick 250k you can make yourself. Now after that, I do make my way back to the first dose missions, and this one is probably one of my favourite missions ever released in GTA 5 Online. When the first dose came out and this one was finally released, I just love this mission so much. This one and the Last Dose mission, that is kind of the same as this, are just two of my favorite missions ever.
Hey, are you okay?
I don't know. Looks like it's starting to kick in. Let's ask a professional. Lapis, radiosis, what's the diagnosis?
Well, as your physician, I think I can safely say that I've never seen anybody take that much acid that fast.
But yeah, once we got out of that mission alive, that craziness that went on, I decided to go back to my bunker and use it for the first time throughout this playthrough. Because with the bunker, it does give you this like gun vehicle which you can sell for 50k every few, like let's say every hour, every 45 minutes, something like that. I don't really use it that much in this playthrough, because I said at the beginning of the video I despise the bunker and I'm not really a fan of it. But you know, it's 50k, 50k is 50k, so I might as well deliver it. After that, I was just cruising around the map, figuring out how to make some more money, and ended up coming across two of the movie studio props, which you can deliver both of them, both for 10k and some RP, so I decided to do that just for some extra money. After that, I decided to do another one of the Fooligan missions. Now, this is where I sound like a broken record, but if you're going to do this mission, I recommend using the Armor Kuruma. You have to go around to different hippie camps and kill a bunch of hippies, and they have automatic weapons. So again, the Armor Kuruma is just the best vehicle for these types of missions.
You've proven you're fully into the boat yet again, fresh meat. Get yourself out of there and I'll call you in a bit.
Once I'd finished this mission, that meant that I had one more first dose mission to go before I unlock the acid lab. Now I mention this because if you guys do want to do this, the last first dose mission is the hardest, and I do recommend using the Armor Kuruma in it.
Fuck yes, you did it! Okay, first things first. You're gonna need some tools to open the shipping containers.
So what you've got to do for this part of the mission is you have to kill all of the enemies, and you have to open up the shipping containers to try and find the chemicals. Now the chemicals do move around in the containers, so it's not guaranteed which ones they're going to be in, so you just have to get lucky really and see if the one that you open has the chemicals in it. Once you've collected all the chemicals, you want to make your way to the front of the train. That's where the acid lab's going to be. Once you've jumped inside of that, you just want to peel the hell out of there. I do nearly get stuck on my way out, so you do want to be a little careful when driving away. But there you go, with that said, we now have the acid lab. If you're doing this your first time around, like I said, I do recommend using the acid lab. It is 750k to get the inside put in, but the acid lab is one of the best ways to make money as a solo player in GTA5 Online. I didn't use it just because I really didn't want to pay the 750k fee to actually install the acid lab in it. One thing I did forget, just before you can set up your acid lab, you do have to go get the supplies, so you have to do another mission in GTA 5 Online in a public session. It doesn't have to be a public session, you do it in a friend session, but it's literally Amazon Warehouse Simulator. It's probably one of the best missions I've ever seen Rockstar release. But yeah, all you want to do is deliver this to the Fleeca shop, and then you will be able to set up your acid lab if you see fit to. Again, it is 750k to set up, it's quite expensive, you will make that money back. I didn't do it in this video just because I was aiming for a different way to make money quicker in GTA. So I couldn't figure out any other ways to make money, so I decided that I was just going to join missions through the phone in GTA 5 Online. I ended up joining someone's bounty mission, and let's just say the pay for the time and work I put in was not optimal whatsoever. So after making a measly 5k from that mission and feeling robbed, violated and a million other things, I decided I was going to go back to my roots and how I used to make all my money back in the day in GTA 5 Online. And that's why I decided to grind out some Gerald missions just like the old days. But yeah, after that I logged on a couple days later, decided to deliver some bunker supplies, got myself a nice 50k, and that got me to the point of the 2.1 million I needed to buy the agency. So now that I have that 2 million, I'm going to buy the agency, and this is a good way to get some proper good money, because the agency gets you $1 million like every hour.
Car, or they might owe money to the wrong fucking people, or their wife might be screwing the tennis coach. But guess what? My homies can help them with all that.
Alright, so once we're done with the 10-year cutscene, I had to do a quick mission before I could get the Dr. Dre contract, so we just ran through that real quick. So yeah, after that we met Franklin at the golf club, we spoke to Dr. Dre and a bunch of other people, and then we just ended up playing a few rounds of golf.
Compliments of Dre, motherfucker. Hey, this place under new management, you understand me? Okay, yeah. Call Mr. Young, tell him I'll resign my membership today.
After all that, I ended up going back to the Cluckin Bell farm raid just because you can do it once every day, so you might as well do it. This time I ended up running into two guys that were very happy to help me do the Cluckin Bell farm raid setups, and you know, it's quite hard to find people like that, so shout out these guys for helping me. It makes the missions a little bit more fun when you've got other players in them as well. Every GTA player knows you may be able to bring randoms into a mission and they may help you, but once you get out of that mission, they're gonna kill you 100% of the time, and that may have happened this time as well. So one of the guys that I added that was helping me with the setups for the Cluckin Bell farm raid was getting killed over and over again, so I decided I might as well jump in. Except I'm not a very good driver, and by the time I showed up the enemy was already dead and I by accidentally mowed down some random player who had nothing to do with this whole interaction. So my apologies, my friend, that was not intentional. But I did exact revenge on that guy who kept killing my friend. It was a very slow revenge, but it was dealt. Now, I have a rule in GTA, and it's kind of my own personal rule, and as I don't really like to kill people for no reason, but that kind of went out the window when everyone started fighting each other. People were dying left, right, and center, and I wasn't even too sure who I was killing anymore. People were just dying. To be honest, I don't even know what to say about that. It was definitely intentional to blow myself up. Definitely. But yeah, once all them shenanigans were dealt with, we ended up running the Cluckin Bell farm raid with them other guys. Real quick, made some extra money. And yeah, we're going to be running this a lot. I kind of just run the Cluckin Bell farm raid and the Dr. Dre contract back to back many times to make money. And there it was, the next day rolled around and I decided to head off to the casino, spin the wheel, maybe I can win the car. There's not really much of a money making methods at the casino. I mean, you can spend chips and spin wheels and do slot machines and the horse races, but you do make a lot of money, but you can also lose all that money within the same time you made it, so it's not efficient. But yeah, I went over, spun the wheel, and you wouldn't have guessed it, somehow the GTA lords were looking down on me. Rockstar Games gave me a blessing and I won the car. And it wasn't a bad car either, like, it's not one of my favourite cars in the game, but you can definitely get worse cars from the casino, so, especially being a level 20 with, like, no vehicles and near enough no money because I spent most of it. This was a pretty big win for me. But yeah, after that we went back to doing the Dr. Dre contract and we had to go break into the FIB building to go steal some hard drives or some information or something like that. But yeah, after 10 years of trying to finally lose the police, we finally lost them. We went over, gave that stuff to Franklin, and now we can really get into grinding out the Dr. Dre missions. But before we did the Dr. Dre missions, I decided to go and do the Last Dose missions. Mainly because your first time doing Last Dose, you get bonus money every single mission. And because we're going to be grinding out the Dr. Dre contract to get millions upon millions, it's going to get boring, it's going to get like tedious, you're going to get burnt out from doing it, so I like to slide different missions and that in to make some money on the side. Yeah, once we finished the first Last Dose mission, we got a nice 100k bonus, and that's why I like these missions, because they're fun. Well, they're fun missions anyway, but the first time you do them, you get a decent chunk of extra money, so it always makes them worth it. So yeah, I decided to start running some more Last Dose missions, just to make, again, some extra money from that bonus first time rewards. And here we are. So we've begun doing the beginning missions for the Dr. Dre contract. There are like, you think it's like 6 missions you have to do before you can do the contract. The first time round it took me a while because I hadn't done the contract in ages, and again with a low character you have like no guns and no health, so you have to be a little bit more stealthy and think about how you're doing stuff. But again, this is a good way to make money, so if you are trying to make money in GTA, I do recommend this. A lot of people recommend the Cayo Perico Cayo Perico heist. The reason I haven't mentioned this in this video is because I hadn't done the heist in years. I do actually do it near the end of the video and I relearn the strats and everything, but this, again, the agency, pretty good way to make money. Again, after we did that, I decided to go do some more Last Dose missions. Ended up running into a random player who decided to help me with them. So again, shout out the random players helping me with this. It's always fun to have extra players in your game.
We already got a bunch of troops scoping out the rehab center up in Richmond Glen. Apparently that's where he's testing his new product. Let's get over there.
We're not even going to talk about what happened there. That's just pretty average GTA 5 behaviour, if I'm honest. Anyway, we ended up running the Last Dose mission. This personally, again, is one of my favourite Last Dose missions. I'm a big fan of the Acid Lab DLC with the First Dose and Last Dose missions. They were very fun. But after running this, we got that bonus 100k. That means we only have one more Last Dose mission to go, and then we can focus on grinding out the Dr. Dre contract and the Cluckin Bell farm raid until we have 10 million.
Can you fly this thing?
I do so enjoy our sessions together. But I'm afraid your time is up.
Forget him, it's the chemicals we're here for. Can you land this fucking thing or not?
I can't believe it! We're here! The end of the road! The climax! The cum shot and the best porno ever made. I love you. You know that, right? Don't ever forget me unless you're really fucking high and you don't even know you're human anymore, okay? Okay?
Okay, so after finishing the Last Dose missions, I completely forgot you do actually unlock a car. And it's a pretty good vehicle, pretty quick, it's electric, not a bad vehicle, so that was a dub ski from completing that. So finally, this is where the agency comes into play. So I completed all of the missions leading up to the Dr. Dre contract. Now all I have to do is go to the studio, kill a bunch of enemies, and then go find Johnny Guns, and then we'll be making a nice milli.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Is anyone still breathing?
Don't worry. These guys ain't getting back up.
Hey, you know what? I gotta thank you for coming through.
Okay.
They're here! Take them motherfuckers out and let's go!
So after brutally massacring like 100 different men, we finally found Johnny Guns, and we're gonna deliver him to Dre and get that sweet, sweet moolah.
Yo, Dre, Johnny. Hold up, man. You took something that belongs to me. Bitch! Ass! Motherfucker! I don't even feel bad anymore.
Now, after completing the Dr. Dre contract and getting that mill, I decided I was going to run the Cluckin Bell farm raid again, so that's exactly what I did. I went through the process of completing the missions and doing the Cluckin Bell farm raid. So, you know, right after that we ended up running the Dr. Dre contract back, doing all the missions, getting to the point where you have to get Johnny Guns. And after that, I even helped out a couple people do a prison break heist and made myself a nice 200k. I only got paid 100k from the heist, but because it was my first time doing it, I got that bonus 100k, so pretty worth it. And you know how it is on that grind to that 10 mil, we gotta run back the Cluckin Bell farm raid to get that easy 500k. So after completing this Dr. Dre contract, we were sitting around 6.5 million, somewhere around that price range. You'd think I'd just continue grinding until I got to 10 mil, but I ended up going to the casino and speaking to Martin Madrozzo, and I ended up buying the Kotsatska for the what's it called, the XDX-REAPER-YT heist.
So there's this old Russian sub for sale.
So I did get reset 4 million, so now we're sitting around 2 mil. So now all I did was literally just, it's kind of boring, I know, but all I did was grind out the Dr. Dre contract and the Cluckin Bell farm raid, and then I did do the what's it called, the XDX-REAPER-YT heist at the end to get the last bit of money I needed for the 10 million. Now, the issue you run into is you do get burnt out doing the same thing over and over again, so I went back and quickly did a HSW time trial, which again isn't a lot of money, but 250k is not bad. Now, when I play GTA, I always pay attention to my minimap, and sometimes it comes in helpful, like when you're doing a time trial and some random guy in a Raiju thinks he can be slick and sneak up on you.
Ah, Capitan! I have been expecting you.
Come, welcome aboard.
Now, you might be wondering, hey, where's all the setups and the Carriprico heist? I may have lost the footage. I could have re-recorded it and put it in, but this video for PlayStation videos have to be under an hour anyway, because you can't post stuff longer than an hour. But luckily, I did save the best part of this video, as you can see on screen now.
Top down. Top down.
But yeah, that's about it. We end up with a little bit over 10 million. Well, actually a little bit over 11 million, but you know. This is my first time doing a video like this, and the only reason I did it is because I just wanted to get back into GTA and not be on my main account. If you did make it this far in this video, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. With that said, love to see you guys in the next one. Peace.